stop operating on the false premise that we're all more different than we are similar. That's ego. That's your ego. Do you get that? You're not fucking special. You're not that much different. Your set of problems isn't that much different or bigger or not understandable to everybody else. You think that. You think that. But the reason you think that, again, is it's ego. When you really look at the way that the human experience works, because we all have the same five senses, we uptake information the same way. We have the same operating system, a brain that's inside of a body in a physical shell. That's all the same stuff. And I get that. I get that desire to make yourself different and special and unique. And you are unique, right? But you're not special. And that's kind of like a hard distinction to make for certain people. But when you really start talking to people, you start talking to people that are passionate about their lives, and there's a reason that you hear them and you, oh, okay, that makes sense. I've experienced that as well. Somebody is talking about losing a love or losing a loved one. There's a reason that you can identify and relate to that, because we all go through that. So just understand that's not an opinion, that's a fact. We are way more similar than we are different. The desires that we have are way more similar than they are different. People want to be fit because it feels better. People want to have money because it provides a certain level of security. These are not these incredibly nuanced scenarios. The reason that the 12 spiritual laws apply to everyone is because of that reason, that we are all more similar than we are different. And I want to explain something to you. Once you can make that distinction, when you can really admit that to yourself, you unlock an ultimate superpower. And I'll tell you what it is right now. We have an entire world full of people that are trying to say, well, unsolicited advice creates shame spirals. Great. Now that you know that information, stop fucking going into a shame spiral when you get unsolicited advice. That's your fucking ego. Stop that from happening. Go, I'm not going to get all fucking ego driven when someone gives me a piece of advice. Now I'll give you another clear distinction. If the piece of advice comes from somebody that does not practice what they preach, does not seem like they really know themselves and what the fuck is going on, they're not successful, they don't have results, then listen politely and then know that half to 100% of what they just told you is fucking trash, and just don't pay attention to it. The thing that astounds me is that we're acting like, when we pinpoint that thing, like, oh, advice creates shame. We're acting like that's a set fact and that you can't change that. That's not a set fact. That's the fucking biggest problem. It's the biggest problem with you motherfuckers. You won't ask anyone a question. Your life's not where you want it to be. But you won't listen to a person about dieting. You won't listen to a person about money. You won't ask any fucking questions to somebody that seems like they got some shit going on. Guys go, hey man, how could I do that? You guys won't fucking do that. You won't ask anyone anything. Then you say, oh, I care about connection. And then you fucking don't. Your ego has you so goddamn disconnected that you're probably fucking lonely. Just understand, that's connection. Collaboration is the truest form of connection that I've ever fucking felt with people. Mutual energy exchange, positive direction, shifting, walking a path together. It can't be any more cut and dry than that. That's unity. That's true unity. You humble your ego enough to learn mutually from someone, to grow around them. And another thing I'm fucking sick of? We've done the classic teenage overcorrect with external validation. Someone telling you they're proud of you does not turn you into an external validation seeking fucking dick. It doesn't. Being a whore does. Trying to fuck everybody because you feel a blip of like, oh, does that mean I'm valuable and worthy? Yeah, that's not what you're looking for, no. But when you're doing work, when you're crushing it, you get fit and somebody goes, holy fuck, man, you look great. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Do you know what they're saying? They're not giving you a compliment. It shouldn't go to your head. What they're saying is thank you for illuminating the way and proving that somebody can pull off some cool shit, because that does give me a little confidence that I might be able to too. So realistically, you're giving them hope. They're not admiring and adoring you. That's where that weird fleeting bullshit comes from. Hear it the right way. They're saying, man, I'm proud of you, and maybe that means at some point I could be proud of me. So don't get caught up in that thing either. I'm really tired of that. I just had someone around me in my life that was so into that external validation was bad. It's like, I don't want to give a compliment, even to their loved ones. It's like, that's not the thing. You guys have got to get over that. Especially child development. Are you guys out of your minds? You're acting like, well, you should be proud of yourself. Sure. You know what else is extremely healthy for a child? Having the parent that they look up to say, hey, I'm proud of you. There's no part of me that's going to be convinced by any fucking literature or data that you could pull up that that's going to be detrimental to them. You know why I want them to understand, that my boy understand I'm proud of him? Because I want him to listen to me. Because I'm his parent. If he understands I'm proud of him, yeah, maybe he will be seeking for some sort of like the next, oh man, you're going in the right direction. You know what that means? That means he'll look to me to be a guide instead of the fucking idiots out there in the world that are trying to teach him some dumb shit. We've just gotten way, the overcorrect is crazy. So stop doing that too. Again, you guys are overthinking, overcomplicating, making everything this complex situation that it's not. The people you know that have a pretty good life, is simple upbringing, dad, mom were there, co-parenting styles that worked a little bit, that had some fucking shit that would come up that they learned from, but most of it was positivity and showing you how to live a decent life, and so that you could avoid most of the tragedies that you guys are, circumstantially putting on yourself. So we're not that different, guys. If you're thinking, and if you're hearing this and going, oh, man, I'm different, you need to work on the thing I'm saying. No, you're not. You're just not. We're all humans. Process stuff through this physical core that has a brain and eyeballs. Do your eyes work differently than mine? Do your retina and cornea they don't function in the same facet that mine do? And then they don't go through a set of neurons and synapses that fire into your brain to create thoughts? That's how different you are? What are you? You don't, none of that. Everyone's processing shit the same way. You have a body that feels. You have a mind that thinks. You have a soul that barks at you when you're being a moron. It's not that different. So just make that switch today. Just go, I'm not going to be one of those people that can't hear something and does this all the time. Just don't be that guy. Just listen to people. Listen to people around you doing better than you. Go, damn, I'm going to follow their lead. That's easy. Life hack right there. Just watch what they do. That person's got skills I want. I'm going to do what they do. Make a change.